Those are sounding pretty good. I don't think it's an endemic problem. Hopefully conditions will clear up pretty good. And in about 45 seconds, we'll see if the girl is still lined up for the announcement. So there. Good to hear you, John. Good seeing you yesterday, too. The card looks awesome, man. I saw that in my pocket last night. I was like, hey, nice card. All right, 30 seconds till the girl. NAYMY, KD8SLT. Clear.
Seconds, stand by, KEA-VZA.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha with the BeaconNet pre-show. I think we have some confusion with our schedule tonight. Anyway, I'll pick up the pre-show, I guess, unless you want to take it, Dustin. I thought you were on the schedule.
All right, thanks there, Eric. I didn't see that message till just now. Good evening and welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8EPC. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and EchoLink WA8WKY-R. This is a direct net standby. All right, had a cough there. And all traffic must pass through net control. All stations are welcome to check in, and we'll take multiple rounds of check-in. So if you don't get in the first time, just stand by. We'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside, and various other networks. We ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit. Make sure you let everything drop so we can hear what you got to say there. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Before we start taking check-ins, we're going to go do the Mickey Mouse roll call. We're going to start here. We'll go back over here. We already talked to, let's talk to Eric anyway, KE8VZA. How you doing there, Eric?
KEAPC, KE8VZA here. I'm doing well, Dustin. And hope you are too. You're sounding very good on this end. I hope I'm not bringing static in still. I went around and made sure there's no motors running around here or what, but it could be that dirty RF bubble that floats around my house once in a while. Back to you, KE8VZA.
All right there, Eric. Well, could just be the conditions, too. I don't know. You had noise with you, but you remained in, and I heard everything you had to say that time, so no worries. And it gave me time to go grab a beverage, too, so thank you there. Appreciate you, and thanks for doing the logging there. And we'll say 73 for now, and let's go talk to our net control for the big show tonight. K8QKO, Nick at Night, how you doing?
W8WKY.
K8PZ. KQKO. I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused. I should probably read the schedule, I guess, a little bit more. It shows that you are pre-show, and in that logger it shows Eric is the NCO. Did I take tonight off and not remember? Can you come back to me?
I don't know. Did we change the schedule? I don't think so. I just happened to jump in there because Eric was a little bit noisy there. So I'm a little confused, too.
All right. Well, yeah, I didn't really. I was trying to bring the schedule up, and for whatever reason, it didn't load. And yeah, in that logger, it shows Eric is the NCO, and you are doing pre-show. Also shows that Eric is doing logging and trivia. So maybe something has to be updated there. But I guess if I have to stick around, I will. However, if I don't have to run it, I'd be okay with that because I'm freaking exhausted. Anyway, back to you, Dustin. I'll be standing by. KEKO.
All right there, Nick. Well, as far as I know, you're scheduled for net control tonight, unless I screwed something up on the schedule. So hang in there, and we'll get to you at the top of the hour. So there you go. So we'll say 73 to you for the moment, and let's go talk to Just Nick, KD8 SLG. How you doing?
KD8 EPC, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Dustin, all you beacon netizens. Yeah, you're today's the 12th, right? Yeah, it says Dustin pre-show. I just brought up the schedule. And Eric's doing the big show, and Nick at night has the night off. That's what I'm saying. I think you should let him sleep in tonight. I could use a little extra nap, but I'm sticking around tonight. Had a really fun week playing radio, but I didn't play much radio. Went to the Wayne Club meeting, went to the Maslin Club meeting Friday night, hung out with John and Lori there at Trip. And Falls Hamfest yesterday, got to see lots of people. Even saw my buddy Andy. I'm going to be here. KD8 SLG, back to net control.
All right, I guess I am. I guess that is how it goes tonight. Nick at night, I guess you have the night off, so we'll say 73 and get some rest, my friend. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So there you go. So we'll say 73 for now, and that brings me to W8HRF. Josh, are you there? Uh-oh, let's try that again. W8HRF, are you out there? All right, nothing heard. Let's try Miss Lucy, K8YUK. You out there? All right, they must have called it an early night. We'll say 73 to them. That brings me down to Alan, KI5DAY, all day long. How are you, Alan?
KI5DAY in the net. Thought I would delay there for a second to make you think I wasn't here too. But no, I was here and ready to go, just hanging out and chilling. So here we go. KI5DAY back to net.
All right there, Alan. Let's go back up to Nick at night, QKO here. Take it away.
All right, KKO. Thank you, Dustin. Yeah, I'm going to call it then if I'm not on. It's a happy accident coming. So we took the scouts up to Buffalo, and we camped out on the USS Little Rock last night. So it was a long night. Slept like crap on the little cots they had, and spent a lot of time walking around and driving. So apparently, if you made a mistake, it is a good one, because I'm ready to fall asleep in front of my computer right now. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's a good weekend. Thought I'd say hi to everybody, and I don't know what trivia is going to be, so put me down for double D's, and I'm going to go to bed. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. KEKO.
All right there, Nick. We'll put you down for 73 or for double D's, and we'll say 73s to you. And yeah, I messed up. I wouldn't have been here if I hadn't just picked up a radio a couple of minutes ago. So there you go. I think you probably asked for the night off, and I said I'd do it, and yeah, that never did. So there you go. So have a good night, my friend. We'll say 73, and I think that gets us through the entire net control team. We did pick up a handful of people off the blue screen. We have K6KJV RevKev. We have KF8G Brian. K5CFY Mr. Ray in the customary 10th spot. AB8MO Andy in the land of snow maple syrup. W3ETV Eddie. KC0LRM Kelly. WV3K Phil. WB4AIZ Chuck. N8YMY John. KI5WDM Donald. We have KF8FW James. And we have K88LYJ Bob. And we have KI5TAQ Taco Tim. We have KD2HC Chris is in and out. And we have Uncle Fred KE8QFT. All right, this is KD8 EPC with the Beacon Net. I'm ready for check-ins. Please call now.
KD8 EPC and the Beacon Net, WA8KOC.
All right, I'll take them one at a time. We picked up WA8KOC. Good evening, Fred. We'll be right back to you here. We also picked up Mark K3MBC. We'll get you on the list. But I don't see any short times, so I'm going to go right to the top and just see if everybody's going to stick around here, and then we'll take some more check-ins. So let's start right at the top. K6KJV, RevKev, good evening. Welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. You're going to stay for the big show?
Well, hello there, Dustin. Nice to talk to you early and on a Sunday. This is K6KJV. Hello to you and everyone else on the pre-net. And yes, I'm going to stick around. I wouldn't miss this circus tonight. I'm here with my little clown car, and I'm running around the main ring there, center ring. So take it away from K6KJV. Maranatha.
All right there, RevKev. Well, great to hear you, and Eric will get back to you at the top of the hour. And I'll tell you what, I make the schedule, and somehow this snafu still happened. But here we are, and we're all having a good time. So we'll say 73 to you, and that's going to bring us over here to Brian, KFAG. Evening, Brian. You going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, I should be around for that. KFAG.
All right there, Eric. We'll get back to you at the top of the hour. Let's go talk to Mr. Ray in the customary 10th spot, K5 CFY. How you doing?
88 EPC in the net, K5 CFY. Good evening, Mr. Dustin. Thanks for being there. Not much going on here, but I'm definitely going to hang around and stay for the big show. So thanks for doing the pre-net. I'll get off here and I'll be listening. K5 CFY.
All right there, Mr. Ray. Well, great to hear you. And I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've done a pre-show, so it kind of caught me off guard, but we're having a good time there. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you down the log. That's going to bring me over to my good friend Andy, AB8MO, over in the land of snow and maple syrup. How you doing, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
And, of course, my Node ID. Let me see if I got it. KD8 EPC, this is AB8MO. Yeah, I'll stick around. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's noticeable, just Nick. Okay. I was just going to comment, what's coming through on the RF side is a whole lot better, almost exactly equal to what I'm hearing on your Node there, Dustin. I can't tell the difference in audio level between the repeater and your Node now, which is a good thing. So it is noticed. I noticed it right away. And with that, I'll throw it back to you there, Sir Squatchy. KD8 EPC, this is AB8MO.
All right there, Andy. Well, good to hear the repeater sounding good, and I'm coming in through RF. I do have the Node on, but I'm not coming through it right now. So great to hear you, and glad to hear things got sorted out there. We'll say 73 for now, and that's going to bring us over here to Eddie, W3ETV. How you doing, Eddie? You going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
Hi, Dustin. It's good to hear you on a Sunday. Hope you had a nice Sunday and a relaxful one. And, yeah, I'll be sticking around. I want to hear the trivia questions and get my answers, and I'll probably be listening in and see what's going on and maybe see what's happening in the blue screen. So I'll be here. W3ATV, back to net. 73, Dustin.
All right there, Eddie. Well, I'm just as surprised to hear you, and I make the schedule high. So great to hear you, my friend, and Eric will get back to you at the top of the hour. Let's go down to Kelly now, KC0LRM. How you doing, Kelly? You going to stick around for the big show?
KD8 EPC, thanks for getting in there. Whoever got me off the blue screen there, or off that logger. No, I won't be sticking around, because I'm going to be starting a new job here in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be doing a little extra hitting the books on some stuff I need to cover, so probably a little less radio for the next few weeks. So that's, everybody have a good evening, and back to you.
All right there, Kelly. Well, happy reading up there, and good luck with the new job. You'll have to let us know how it goes there. We'll say 73 for now, and that's going to bring me over here to my good friend Phil, WV3K. Evening, Phil. You going to stick around for the big show?
KD8 EPC, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hi, Dustin. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I got a low grade fever, about 100, and I've been watching this for a couple of days now. It's kind of making me feel crummy. So I'm going to bow out, but I'm glad I was able to feel okay to at least check in, and it was nice hearing Nick in there, and also Eric. So anyway, Dustin, just check me in, and I'm going to go ahead and close out and get myself some rest and get on some more fluids. KDUPC, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and have a wonderful net tonight, Dustin. Take care and God bless all.
All right there, Phil. We'll say 73 to you. God bless, and we got to catch up here soon. So we'll catch you on down the log there. Have a great night, and we'll say 73 to you. And that's going to bring us over here to Chuck, WB4AIZ. You still out there, Chuck, or did you already hit the hay? All right, Chuck's usually in and out there, so Chuck, if you're still listening, feel free to check in. We'll say 73 for now. That's going to bring us over here to John, N8YMY. How you doing, John? You going to stick around with us tonight?
Wow, I wasn't ready. I was just sitting here shredding papers and didn't even realize you put me on that logger there. Yeah, I'm out here, but I'm not going to be sticking around. I got to get to bed. I get up quite early. I usually do the early pre-net, so if anybody's out there in the morning, I'll be talking to you. Good hearing you, Dustin, and everybody have a great night. 7-3s, N8YMY.
All right there, John. We'll say 73, and we will not be up for the early pre-show. We'll be studying the inside of our eyelids, so we'll say 73 for now, and let's go over here to the Osage and talk to Donald, KI5 at WADM. How you doing, Donald? You going to stick around for the big show?
Well, good evening, Eric. Yes, sir. Dustin, I will be here. I just woke up from my nap, so take me a few minutes to get my eyes wide open and my brain unscrambled, but yep, I'm here for the duration, my friend. KI5WDM.
All right there, Donald. Well, we'll say 73 to you for now, and Eric will get back to you at the top of the hour. So let's go over here to Jim now, KF8FW. How you doing?
Good evening to you and everybody on the pre-net. I will be sticking around, would not want to miss that trivia, so looking forward to it. Back to pre-net control.
AFI Chevy. That's all short time.
All right there, Jim, KF8FW. We'll look forward to hearing you again at the top of the hour. Stand by there, Matt. We'll take check-ins in a minute. We'll get to you then. So let's go down here to Bob now, KA8LYJ. How you doing, Bob? Let's try again there, KA8LYJ. Bob, are you out there? All right, I know he's sticking around, so we'll leave him on the list. And let's go talk to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. How you doing, Tim? All right, now I'm starting to wonder if this thing is working. Eric, can you hear me?
KD8EPC, KE8BZA here. Yes, Dustin, I can hear you just fine.
All right, just had to make sure there, so there you go. Thanks for that. Let's try Taco Tim again, KI5TAQ. You out there? All right, I know he's sticking around too. Let's go down and talk to Uncle Fred now. KEQFT, what's going on in the north end of town, and are you sticking around for the big show?
Yeah, I was feeling tired. I said, but no, I don't know. I got recharged. Yeah, I'll be here. KEQFT, back to the pre-net.
All right there, Uncle Fred. We're glad to have you with us. We'll stay 73, and Eric will be to you at the top of the hour. Let's talk to another Fred over in Akron. WA8KOC, how you doing? You going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, Dustin, good to hear you on a Sunday evening. I appreciate you letting me check in. I'm going to head upstairs. Normally I get to bed pretty early, but there's this movie on with Harrison Ford and Viola Davis, and it's something about, like, the end of the world's coming, and some young kid's going to save everybody because he's part of this young crew that they think is worthy. So it kind of looked interesting. I think I'm going to delve into that if I don't fall asleep. Take good care of yourself. Have a great rest of the net, pre-net, and my best to everybody listening. God bless all. KD8 EPC 73, WA8 KOC.
All right there, Fred. We'll say 73. Great to hear you. As always, we'll check you in and out and enjoy your movie this evening. We'll catch you on down the log, my friend, and that's going to bring us on over here to Mark in Texas. K3MBC, how you doing? You going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, this is K3MBC. Yes, I am sticking around. Back to you.
All right there, Mark. Thanks so much. We'll be right back to you here at the top of the hour. Let's see. Tom was in and out, K8MNT, so we'll say 73 to him. And now let's go talk to Matt, AF5JB. How you doing, Matt? What's going on?
Hi, good. I appreciate it. Good evening to you and everybody else out on the net. And going to be a half-assed after all. At least probably about 15 minutes or so. I'd have radio repaired. So, but there's going to be just a couple guys there, but other than that, all doing pretty good. I had a weekend stay in town. They come around there Saturday morning. Did laundry. Played a Pac-Man battle. In Royale at St. Buster's, 8:32. They got some excellent food there, and then went home and had me a beer and went to bed. And he played some Ms. Pac-Man and Snot Run at the house, and kind of take it easy most day to day, and get ready for a whole new week. So I kind of latest there. It's currently 73 degrees and mostly cloudy, breezy, and that's about all I got. You guys have a good weekend out there, and have a good same week and a good night as well. 73, and I'll catch you all next time. This is AF5JB Matt. It's also Oklahoma. It's about that control. Thanks for having me, and see you all next time. Thanks again.
All right there, Matt. Well, we'll say 73 to you, and just for future reference, you got to wait until I ask for check-ins to check into the net. So there you go, and he timed out the repeater. So there you go. 73. I'm going to hold it for time or break for time real quick. All right, and now I'm going to go talk to my former president, AA8CS. Gary, how you doing?
Good evening, Dustin, and everybody on the Beacon Net this evening. Good to be here with you, Dustin. Missed everybody Saturday at the Cuyahoga Falls Fest, but I'm not going to talk about my sickness anymore because there's only one thing I'm more sick about than being sick is talking about being sick. So I'm going to spare you guys all that. Anyway. All is well, and I am glad to be here tonight, and I'll be sticking around for the ride. This is AA8CS. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Gary. Well, you better tighten your seatbelt because it's going to be a wild ride. Hi. We'll say 73 for now, and Eric will be back to you at the top of the hour. That brings me to Northern Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing, Mark? You going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for the main show. Eric. Or Dustin. Yeah, being switched around. Great ham fest yesterday. Good seeing everyone. Back it comes, KSFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, sorry I missed the ham fest, but I'm glad you had a good time there. All right, Mark was the bottom of the list as it stands. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net pre-show. I'm ready for more check-ins. Please call now.
KI5UIF, Kilo India 5, Uniform India Foxtrot. This is Larry up by the Port of Catoosa.
All right there, Larry. We got you on the list. How you doing this evening, and are you going to stick around for the big show?
I'd love to, but I got some dues that I need to do here before I wind up calling it a night. And so I just did want to get in on the pre-event here, and was over on the other channels for the Broken Arrow group, and didn't get in early enough to catch the earlier Claremore repeater, but I wanted to say thank you for running that, and I appreciate you. Hope you all have a good evening. KI5UIF will be clear up to you.
All right there, Larry, KI5UIF. We'll say 73, and thanks for stopping by and giving us a number there. We'll catch you on down the log. All right, this is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net pre-show. I've still got plenty of time and empty lines to fill, so any stations waiting to check in, please call now. Man, I don't like awkward pauses. I'm going to go up here for a minute. I'm going to go talk to KD8SLG. Hey, just Nick, my president. You got any good stories you can tell us tonight?
Oh, man, really? What do we got? 2 minutes, huh? Well, these two guys walked into a bar. Boy, that must have hurt. How's that, man? So I won a radio yesterday at the Cuyahoga Falls Hamfest. And this is the second Hamfest in a row where I've actually won something after years of never winning anything. So that's kind of exciting. It's a Radioddity GS5B or something. And Jim and I were talking in the blue screen about outdated ham software. And this radio has Bluetooth programming. I went to my phone, went to the Play Store where they sent me to download the app, and the Play Store will not download the app because it says it's dirty. So, and no, Alan, that is not a GMRS radio. It's a regular VHF, UHF dual band. It's a cool radio. It has 2 push-to-talk buttons. The Bluetooth programming would be fabulous if it actually worked. has a flashlight in the bottom, a real flashlight, not just that little, nub that's on the top of the Baofungs. This has a flashlight at the bottom with a couple of COBs on it. It's bright enough. Anyway, so there's my story, man. I won a radio. And it's funny because Ron and I were like in the parking lot. It was about 15 minutes before they were going to call the last thing, and we were trying to decide to stick around or not. I said, hey, man, we're here. We might as well stick around. And boom, I won a radio. There's my story. KD8EPC. This is KD8SLG.
Well, that is fantastic, Mr. President. The presidential perks there, getting you your winnings there, making you luckier than ever. So appreciate you giving us a quick story there. We'll say 73 to you for now, and Eric will be back to you. And I've got just seconds left, so I'm going to make one more call. Is there any other stations that want to get in on the Beacon Net? You're actually, my time is up here, so I'm not going to make another call. I'm going to send it over to Eric. K8VZA, are you ready to take the helm?
KD8EPC, KE8VZA here. Yes, I am, Dustin. I'll go ahead and take it. And fine business on the pre-show. Thank you. This is KE8VZA, QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net, the main show, the big show, lighting up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern with pre-checks, which we just did at 9:30 Eastern Time. We are on the W8WKY repeater with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We also have a means of connecting to us. You can use Allstar. 48496 is our node number, or you can also use EchoLink. W8WKY-R is the repeater that you want to look for in the list there. The Beacon Net is a controlled net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly, and urgent or emergency traffic can break in at any time. At this point, let's take a break briefly for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. KE8VZA returning. Very good. No, hearing nothing. Let's move on with the net. And just a friendly reminder, there are other repeaters and nodes that are linked into us. And so please key your mic about half a second before you're going to actually talk, and then hold your PTT down for another second after you're done so we can hear everything you say. So that way your messages are not, your transmissions are not clipped on the front end or the back end, and I will try to do the same. Anyway, I'm KE8VZA, and Dustin did fine business. We have a lot of check-ins here, but I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for any more check-ins. I'm KE8VZA. Again, this is the Beacon Net, and if you'd like to get on the log, please give me a call.
W8WKY.
KD8VZA. This is KJ5MCV out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Please check me in. KJ5MCV, Kilo, Juliet 5, Mike, Charlie, Victor, Ryan.
Kilo Alpha 5, Golf Sierra Sierra, KA5 GSS, Shane in Leak City, Texas.
Okay, I'll pick it up there. KE8VZA returning. I think I have incorrect copy on both call signs. The first KJ5, Kilo Juliet 5, if you could come back with your full call sign phonetically. I couldn't quite pull it out there.
Juliet 5, Mike, Charlie, Victor. KJ5MCV, Ryan, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
KE8VZA returning. I copy Kilo Juliet 5, Mike, Charlie, Victor, Ryan, and Broken Arrow. Great, thank you. I got it that time. All right, next station, KI5. I copied Golf Sierra Sierra. I'm not sure that's right. If you could come back and confirm or deny that.
This is Kilo Alpha 5 Golf Sierra Sierra KA5 GSS in Lake City, Texas.
Very good, Shane. Thank you. I got it that time. Kilo Alpha 5, Golf Sierra Sierra. I had an I where I should have had an A. Anyway, thank you for confirming. And anybody else who would like to get on the log before we get the net rolling, please give me a call. Kilo Echo 8 Echo Hotel Golf KE8 EHG. Mike down here in Navarre. KE8VZA returning. All right, we got two stations there. First one, Mike, KE8EHG down in Navarre. Got you, Mike. And the second station, I believe you said you were mobile. You were breaking up quite a bit. If you could please come back with your call sign phonetically. I got a few letters and numbers there, but if you could come back with that, please, phonetically.
With Key8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8 HRF, Josh Mobile, along with Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Kilo, KE8 YUK.
Josh, gotcha this time. I heard a W8, then I heard a KE8. I should have known. Anyway, got you and Lucy on the log, W8HRF and KE8YUK. Very good. So welcome aboard. And we're going to go ahead and get the net started. Let me take a break for time. KE8VZA returning. All right. If you did not get a chance to check in because you're running down the hall and you tripped on something, don't worry. We'll take some check-ins as we get going here, but let's go ahead and get the net rolling. And I have main trivia tonight, so let us talk about main trivia. Here we go. What frequencies in the VHF range were reallocated from ham radio and now can only be used for limited digital purposes by ham radio operators? The choices are Alpha, 2-meter band, Bravo, lower part of the 1.25-meter band, Charlie, upper part of the 10-meter band, Delta, 148 to 152 megahertz. Let me take a break for time, and I'll read that one again. KE8VZA returning with main trivia. What frequencies in the VHF range were reallocated from ham radio and now can only be used for limited digital purposes by ham radio operators? Your choices are Alpha, 2-meter band, Bravo, lower part of the 1.25-meter band, Charlie, upper part of the 10-meter band, or Delta, 148 through 152 megahertz. I'll put this one in a blue screen in a little bit, and let me take a break for time, and we'll touch base with our first station. KE8VZA returning. All right, let's go down to our list. Our first station is RevKev, all the way from California. Kilo 6, Kilo Juliet Victor. How you doing tonight, RevKev? And what do you think about that trivia question there?
Well, hello there, Mr. Eric, and everyone else on the net. And I would say hello to the rest of the crew and the youngins, but they ain't here. But Alan, we're not going to get a Alan question tonight. We just got one question. I'm going to throw it back to you real quick.
That's right, Kevin. Sorry, my mistake there. We'll go back up to Alan. So hang on there, Kevin. We'll clear with K6KJV for now. We're going to jump up to KI5DAY. Sorry, Alan. I totally blanked there. So how are you tonight, and what is the alt trivia question?
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee. Hey, that's all right. It's you're having to do 10 things at once and all that good jazz. But anyways, yeah, tonight's alternate trivia. It has to do with the country of Singapore. Singapore, that just sounds like a funny name for a country. Anyways, as it goes, let me let this drop and I will read the question. All right, here we go. Because some people in Singapore are such slobs, the government enacted a law to ban which one of these practices? Was it A, no importing or selling chewing gum, B, no picnics within 200 yards of buildings, C, eating fast food in public, or D, wood whittling Corn Waldo Buddhas? KI5DAY, I'll put it in the blue screen.
KEAVCA returning. All right. That's a good one there, Alan. Thank you very much. And, well, okay, now let's go back to RevKev. We'll clear with KI5DAY, and we'll go down to K6KJV. There you go, Kevin. Now we're complete. We have 2 trivia questions. So what do you think?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Eric. Hey, it's a circus tonight, you know. That's all right. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble with them 3-letter alphabet agencies. This case is KJV here in Valley Springs, California, and I appreciate that. You're doing a good job. We all make little flubs here and there. And I just got kicked out of the center ring. I was out there doing donuts in my little clown car. And that stupid MC, he come up and just slapped me upside the head and said, "Get out of here." Man, I said, "Can you talk to him for me about that?" And anyway, oh, man. Hello to Alan, if I didn't say it. There you go. Larry. My buddy. Oh, I know I'm rambling. Let's see. And Alan, might I remind you of the first and second commandments of the 10 Commandments? But you know what? I'm going to have to do it because I'm a Corn Waldo bean. Double D's, Delta and Delta. Because even though this Corn Waldo bean question is a heathen question, you can never go wrong with a heathen or a Corn Waldo bean. So take it away, Eric. I'm sorry for rambling so long. God bless 73 and Maranatha. Back to you, Eric, from K6KJV.
No worries there, RevKev. That was a great visual with the clown car in my imagination here of Alan doing donuts in the center ring of the big top there, and then on the other side, hanging out of the passenger window, is Larry. I love it. Just gawking all over the place. And the crowd goes wild. Anyway, got you down for double D's, Kevin. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll clear with K6KJV. And let's go down and talk to Brian, KFAG. How are you tonight, Brian? And what do you have for the net?
Well, you already know my trivia answer, so you can put that down. But I went with the Corvette Club to New Martinsville for a buffet that they do an annual trip to. Got to explore the limits of the handling on my favorite road in southern Ohio, so that was a lot of fun. But I am finally getting over this nasty ass cold. It's been horrible. Oh, I just can't wait to feel better. So in the meantime, I went and grabbed my cousin's Fiero. It was my mom's car originally, and he wanted it, so I gave it to him. And I'm going to detail it tomorrow. And then the thing decides it's going to start running poorly. So it's like, oh, great. I texted him. I was like, something's wrong with the car. He's like, I don't worry about it. It's old. But yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess. See if we can get it back up to his house and get it to his favorite shop. See if they can take a look at it. So with that, enjoy another rainy week. I know it's supposed to rain Monday and Tuesday pretty hard. So I guess Saturday we got another road trip coming up, and it's gonna rain then too. So I don't know. Probably take the golf. If I could ever get the snow tires off the thing, in between rainstorms. So kind of my plan. Back to Ned, KFAG. Good evening, everybody.
All right, very good, Brian. Got you down for your customary answer of 42. The answer to life in, I forget the rest of the slogan, but you know. Anyway, yeah, I know what it's like with those snow tires. So I have the snow tires on the Mustang, and when it gets warmer, they get a little squishy. And I can't wait to get my other 3-season tires on. So thanks for joining us tonight. And 7-3, we'll clear with KFAG. Let's go down and talk to Ray down in Oklahoma. K5CFY. How you doing, Ray? And what do you have for the net tonight?
Michael 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, K5CFY. Good evening, Eric. Doing a fine job there on net control. We appreciate you being there. We had our Green Country Hamfest Friday night and Saturday, and Alan was there, and he had Larry there feeding him some, I don't know if it was onion rings or what it was, but I don't think he liked them as good as he does his Funyuns. But anyway, he was a big hit there at the Hamfest. Anyway, I don't have a clue on the answer, so I'm going to go with beacon and barometer. Beacon and barometer. So there you go. Thanks for running the net. I'll get off here and let you get on down the list. K5CFY.
All right, Ray, very good. Got you down for beacon and barometer for the trivia questions. And I'm glad you guys had a good Hamfest down there, the Greene County Hamfest. And we had a Hamfest up here this weekend, too, in Cuyahoga Falls. I put in an appearance for about an hour. I had to get going after that, and but it was great. Got to walk around, see the wares, talk to some peeps. Good time. But anyway, thanks, Ray. Gotcha down Bravo and Bravo, like I said. And we'll clear with K5CFY. Let's go over to Andy, who was also at the Cuyahoga Falls Hamfest. How are you tonight, Andy, and what do you have for the net?
KEAZZA from maybe at MO8. For whatever reason, you're a little hot on the Allstar side. I'm not sure why, but anyhow, yeah, it was good seeing you at the Cuyahoga Falls Hamfest, and it was a good turnout. That's always a good one. And I was evangelizing our Hamfest, or trying to anyway. So passed out flyers. I think, I'm sure I passed out at least 100, and I was told that the president, with his old printer and cheap ink, printed out a couple 100 flyers before the printer said, I'm done for the whenever. So we have some leftover for, let's see, we're probably going to hit up Free Shooters Hamfest, which is probably about, well, it's about an hour and a half east of Warren. So it's still within our sphere of influence. So I'll probably hit that one. That's, the first Saturday in June, or maybe it's the first Sunday in June. I forget when. So anyway, I'm going to go, I'm going to head to bed as soon as I get off here, but I'm going to follow Ray's lead and do double B's as well. Not to be confused with double D's. So I guess Beacon and Beacon if you want something official. So there, or Biscuits and Biscuits with a little gravy on top. So I got from the land of snow and maple syrup. I'm going to go listen out in bed. You stop that. Well, forget it. Yes, I just yawned on the air. You want me to yawn again, Alan? I'll give you a nice big yawn just for Alan. K8VZA in the Beacon Net. This is AB and I'm out.
All right, Andy, got you down for Bravo and Bravo, Beacon and Bacon, not to be confused with Bacon and Beacon. Anyway, it was definitely good talking with you at the Hamfest, and also with John, WO3X, and others after that as well. Anyway, you have a good rest there, Andy, and 7-3. We'll clear with AB8MO. I am KE8VZA with the Beacon Net tonight, and we are on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, and our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, and you can connect to us via Allstar Node number 48496 or EchoLink W8WKY-R. There you have it. Check your settings. Anyway, next on the log here is Eddie over in Maryland. How are you, Eddie? And what do you have for the net tonight? W3ETB.
Hi there, Eric. Here in Annapolis, we had a really nice day. We had the granddaughters over today, and they were a lot of fun. So they're always a lot of fun. Actually, temperature here in Annapolis right now is 56 degrees. We got a 1.6 mile an hour wind, and I haven't been able to figure out why the gusts are lower than the wind on my weather station, but actually, that's what it is. Anyway, and as far as trivia answers goes, I'm going to go with your main trivia, go with D. I kind of like D, but I don't know. I think I'll go with D for the main and A for Alan's trivia questions. So that's Delta and Alpha for the trivia questions. And yes, before I yawn, I'm going to let you go. W3TV, and I'll be clearing. Good night.
Very good, Eddie. Got you down for Delta and Alpha for the trivia, and thanks for the condition report over in the Annapolis area, and thanks for joining us tonight. And 7-3, we'll clear with W3ETB. Next on the log, we have 4 in and out stations. We'll just acknowledge them here. KC0LRM Kelly, WV3K Phil, WB4AIZ Chuck from Florida, and John N8YMY, and they were all in and out. 73 guys, thanks for joining us tonight. And next, that brings us down to Donald in the Osage, KI5WDM. How are you tonight, Donald, and what do you have for the net?
Well, good evening, everybody. This is KI5WDM. It's a good thing I didn't step outside for nothing. Jumping 4 spots there. Tonight, my trivia answers are going to be Bravo and Bravo. Let's see if I can get one right this week. And that's all I've got for you. Y'all have a great evening. And I'll be standing by for the answers, the whole show. I promised I'd stay for the whole show.
All right, Donald, thank you. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo for the trivia. Thanks for joining us tonight, and you take care. We'll clear with KI5WDM. And we had a mobile station check-in via the blue screen. I'm going to jump down to him. He is N8EX, November 8, Echo X-Ray. Jeff, did you hear our trivia questions, Jeff?
I did not hear the trivia question. This is Jeff, N8EX. I am mobile on the Sterling Highway, Kenai Borough, Alaska, and I was just down the village of Port Graham and flew back to Homer and driving back to Seward, which I'm having a Reuben as I'm driving this last 90 miles, and that. But I did not hear that, and also since we're on the Orthodox calendar here, Happy Easter, everyone. I'll throw it back to Net Control and ABX.
All right, very good, Jeff. We're going to do a reread of the trivia questions. We do that periodically through the net. So I have the main trivia, so let me go ahead and reread that one. What frequencies in the VHF range were reallocated from ham radio and now can only be used for limited digital purposes by ham radio operators? And those possible bands are Alpha, the 2-meter band, Bravo, the lower part of the 1.25-meter band, Charlie, the upper part of the 10-meter band, or Delta, 148 through 152 megahertz. All right, with that, I'll throw it over to Alan, KI5DAY, if you would please reread the alt trivia.
All right, Dean. Tonight's alternate trivia. I'll read it twice. Nick asked me to read it again earlier, and I didn't see that, so I'll read it twice. Tonight's alternate trivia is because some people in Singapore are such slobs, the government enacted a law to ban which one of these practices? Was it A, no importing or selling chewing gum, B, no picnics within 200 yards of buildings, C, eating fast food in public, or D, wood whittling Cornwaldo Buddhas? Let me reread that. Let me let this drop. Perfect timing, my Node ID'd. We all love when that happens. Again, tonight's alternate trivia is because some people in Singapore are such slobs, the government enacted a law to ban which one of these practices? A, no importing or selling chewing gum, no picnics within 200 yards of buildings, C, eating fast food in public, D, wood whittling Cornwaldo Buddhas. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
KE8BZA returning. All right, thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. Let's go back down to Jeff, N8EX. Would you like to give the trivia questions a shot there, Jeff?
Well, I feel like I'm obligated to, if you read them. Let's see. First one, I don't have a chart in front of me, but I'll take Bravo. And then the second one, it's either Alpha or Bravo, I think, but I think the chewing gum has been annoying. People stick it everywhere. So I'll go with first one Bravo, second one Alpha. And I forgot, we're at 40 degrees Fahrenheit here, so back to Net Control and ADX.
N8EX, KE8BZA here. Well, thank you very much, Jeff, for joining us tonight and mobiling your way around Alaska. Wow. Someday I'd like to visit there. I got you down for Bravo and Alpha for the trivia, and it is currently 66 degrees on the southwest side of Cleveland, Ohio. And there you have it. So thanks, Jeff, and 73, and come back again sometime. And we'll clear with N8EX. And let's go back up where we left off here. And next is Jim with a revised call sign there, KF8FW. he dispensed with the India. And let's go ahead and what do you got for the net tonight, Jim?
Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the net. My trivia answers are Bravo and Alpha. Bravo and Alpha. So let's hope I got at least one. On the call sign, you would be surprised how much confusion the letter I between F and W caused. Even today, I did a little bit of HF, and it was so much better. That I just confused the heck out of people. One other thing, I was talking with Justnick, Mr. President, about ham radio software, and as a newer operator, that's the thing that blew my mind, is like most ham radio software looks like it was designed in 1998. I think that's been the most surprising thing. Hopefully that'll change. Two of my favorites are RT Systems, which many people here I'm sure are familiar with, and then I'm really enjoying World Radio League for my logging, which has a much more modern look and so forth. So anyway, that's all I have. I hope everybody has a great evening. Good luck with the trivia. Thanks for what you do, Eric and Dustin and everybody. And 73 KF8 FW. Back to net control.
Very good, Jim. Got you down for Bravo and Alpha for the trivia, and I'm happy to hear that your new call sign works out much better. So yeah, go with it, roll with it. Very good. And there was something else you said that triggered something in my mind, and I think I forgot it. So when I think of it, I'll let you know down the line here. But anyway, thank you for joining us tonight, Jim. And 3. So we'll clear with KF8FW, and let's go down and see if Bob's out there. We gave a shout for him. Dustin gave a shout for him earlier. He must have stepped away from the radio, but let's see if he's back. KA8LYJ. How you doing tonight, Bob? And what do you have for the net? KA8LYJ, KE8BCA. Are you out there, Bob? All right, Bob must have been in and out tonight. We'll mark him in and out. Bob, if you're running to the radio, do a recheck when we get down the line here, if you'd like. So 7-3, Bob, if you're listening. And let's go down next to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ, all the way from Bofung, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Tim, and what do you have for the net?
W8WKY.
Good afternoon, or I should say good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Well, what do I have there? Why don't I just go with the answers for the trivia questions. Delta and Delta. Good old double D. Oh. All I can say is you guys I know you guys have Hamfest up there, but Green Country Hamfest was great this year. So that's one thing I can say. I'll be sitting around and listening to see what other people got answers to these trivia questions. I'll send it back to Nut Control. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, Tim. Got you down for double D's. And glad you guys had a good Hamfest down there. I've heard good things about the Green Country Hamfest. And one of these days, maybe I'll just have to do a road trip over to Oklahoma. Just because. Anyway, I could meet Larry in person. Just think about it. Well, you too. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Tim. 7-3. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Next on the log was Chris, KD2HCE, who was in and out tonight. 7-3, Chris, if you're still listening, that brings us down to Fred, KE8QFT. How are you, Fred? What do you have for the net, and what do you have for trivia?
Well, the trivia, the main will be B, Bravo, and alternate would be A, Alpha, and in the sports department, the Guardians lost a real squeaker, a heartbreaker, 13-1 to the Atlanta Braves. You know, I'm gonna go to the game this year, I believe, but last week I seen on the news the average cost for special events parking in any athletic event downtown Cleveland, be it basketball or football game or a baseball game or maybe theater events, music events down there. And the average price for parking is $80. And I remember when the average price to get in a game with like 4 people was $80. So if I go down there, I'm going to have to definitely take the rapid transit in there. And, well, that's about all I have for this week. So y'all take care, and KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right, Fred, got you down for Bravo and Alpha for the trivia. And, yeah, I know it is very expensive to attend a concert or a sporting event in downtown Cleveland. I know that obviously the rapid transit is a good option, and I have used that before. And what else? I've been able to, just by luck of the draw, find like $30 parking, but you have to walk quite a distance. You know, it's pretty far out, but just once in a while. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Fred. We're clear with KE8QFT. And let's see, who's next? We have 4 more in and outs. We had WA8KOC, Fred, K3MBC, Mark, KA8MNT, Tom, and AF5JB, Matt. And we heard from Matt earlier during the pre-show. But 7-3, gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. And that brings us down to AA8CS, Gary, our former president. How's the site selection process going for your presidential library, and what do you have for the net tonight?
All right, good evening, Eric, and everyone on the Barometer Net this evening. Good to be here with you. And, yeah, the presidential library plans are coming along just fine. Oh, yeah, and I just want everybody to know that there are no public funds being expended on the library. All private donations. So, you know, I don't want any hate mail coming my way. As far as the trivia is concerned, man, I didn't think any of those answers were right, because I'm not aware of that ever happening, to be honest with you. But as a guess, I'll just go with the Alpha for the main trivia. And, of course, how can you deny Cornwaldo being and Buddhas, Cornwaldo Buddhas? You gotta love that. So I'll go with D on that one. Watch a little bit of Masters. Well, actually, I watched most of the last round. It was pretty good, pretty interesting. Roy McIlvain ended up, or McIlroy, I should say, ended up winning it for the second consecutive year. Last time that happened was with Tiger Woods back in 2001, 2002. So pretty cool Masters, and gotta love Augusta. Just gotta love it. Anyway, that's all I have, Eric. You take care. Have a great evening, and good to be here with everybody, as I said. This is AA8CS, back to net.
All right, Gary, very good. Got you down for Alpha and Delta for the trivia. And you never know, the Federal Presidential Library Commission may want to do an audit. So keep your receipts. Anyway, let's see. The Masters, I missed it. We had a lot going on today. But glad you got to catch the last round there. I like watching golf. I really don't follow it, but I like watching it. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But anyway, I find it relaxing. But we're clear with AA8CS. Thanks for joining us, Gary, in 7-3. We'll go down next to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? And what do you have for the net? KC8FQV, this is KE8VZA with the Beacon Net. Are you still out there, Mark? All right, well, still Mark is probably still out there. Maybe he ran away for a minute. We'll come back to Mark. Let's next we had KI5UIF Larry, who was in and out. And then next on the log here is KJ5 Mike Charlie Victor Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? And what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, hello to everybody. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV. Glad to be here. Glad you picked me up. Thanks very much. I'm going to throw you Ohio boys off and say that I spent some time today in Cleveland. Several hours visiting a friend in Cleveland, and I was at home, I would say, within an hour and 10 minutes. So, Cleveland, Oklahoma. I spent a little time there with a friend of mine. We went over some old, ancient, I guess you call it, Coleman lanterns. He is a collector of sorts and has various different ones in his collection, but I scored one recently and I took it over to his place and he commenced shredding it into pieces and put it all back together, and by golly, it worked when we were done. That was really cool. Kind of a family heirloom thing that I scored after the death of a close family member. It was destined for the garbage, apparently, and someone said, oh, Ryan might like to have that, and they were right. I did very much like having that. So we got it running today, and I got another 2-burner stove to go with my single, and, we do a lot of camping, mostly him and I, this friend of mine that lives in Cleveland, Oklahoma, and we do most of our camping in the wintertime, so we have found that every other item that you could purchase that will cook food really, really sucks whenever it's cold outside. But the Coleman stoves, they will work in any temperature. They are ready to go. So anyway, as far as the questions go today for trivia, I have no idea. I'm going to go with Delta and Delta. Don't get those mixed up. It's important. And I will turn it back to net control. That's all I have. Had a great day. And thanks you guys again for picking me up. Having lots of fun being part of this group here. So anyways, take care, everybody. And this is KJ5MCV, back to net control.
All right, Ryan, very good. Got you down for double D's, Delta and Delta. Not to be confused with Delta and Delta. Very good. And yeah, Coleman makes a good stove. When I was in the Boy Scouts many, many years ago, we used Coleman stoves, and I've used Coleman stoves that use propane, and I've also used the ones that use white gas. And I preferred the propane White gas was a little finicky, but I guess if you know all the tricks, you can get them to work. I could get them to work, but it seemed like it took a little more work to get them to work. That's a lot of work. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Ryan. Thanks for joining us. And 7-3, we'll clear with KJ5MCV. And I made some sort of an error here. We're going to go back up to K3MBC. Mark, somehow I had you marked as in and out tonight, but I gathered from the blue screen that you are not. How are you, and what do you have for the net? And did you catch the trivia question?
Oh, yeah, I caught the trivia question. No worries on that. And just enjoying the rest of the evening here. As tempted as I was to go to Google, I did not look up the answers. So the first question is a complete and total guess. I'm guessing D, and the alt is A. So Delta and Alpha. Back to you, K3MBC.
All right, Mark, very good. Got you down for Delta and Alpha. Thanks for your patience, and thanks for joining us tonight. We'll clear with K3MBC. And before we resume here, I just want to identify I am KE8BZA on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, and this is the Beacon Net. And we're going through our list of check-ins here. We'll take some more check-ins, but not yet. But first, we have to go down and talk to Shane. KA5 Golf Sierra Sierra. Let me say it phonetically. Kilo Alpha 5 Golf Sierra Sierra. Shane, how are you? And what do you have for the net tonight? KA5GSS Shane, this is KE8BZA with the Beacon Net. Are you still out there? Maybe Shane was in and out, not sure. Anyway, 7-3 Shane, if you need to recheck later, please feel free to do so. Let's go on down to Mike in Navarre, KE8EHG. How are you tonight, Mike? And what do you have for the net?
Good evening, all. Just sitting here doing a few things out in the shack here, kind of clearing up some things and that. And my answers to the trivia, I'm just going to guess. I have no clue. Alpha and Alpha. Let's just try that. I don't know. No chewing gum. I don't know. We'll see. But heard something. I don't know if you guys are interested or not. I heard something the other day on the radio. Next year they're coming out with a Spaceballs 2. Looking forward to it. I guess they're going to have the pretty much the same cast and everything like that, except for a few people, unfortunately, that has passed, you know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love that movie. That was hilarious. So just wanted to share that. 7-3's all, and we'll see what happens here. KE8EHG, back to net.
Well, that's good news, Mike. I like Spaceballs. That's a very good movie. I can watch it over and over. Hilarious. Anyway, so hopefully the second one will be as good or maybe even better than the first one. Got you down for Alpha and Alpha for the trivia. And thanks for joining us today, Mike. We'll clear with KE8EHG 73. And we already talked with Jeff, N8EX, all the way up and over in Alaska. And 7-3, Jeff, if you're still listening. And that brings us down to Mac, KI5RFI, representing Arkansas. How you doing tonight, Mac? And what do you have for the net?
Good evening. This is KI5RFI. I was late getting in here tonight because I was watching my grandson's baseball tournament streaming live today. They battled back from the loser's bracket and ended up playing in the championship game. Tied it up in the last inning and lost on a crazy play at the last play of the game. So it was a great day. Trivia questions. I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha. Back to net control.
Very good, Max. Got you down for Alpha and Alpha for the trivia, and glad you got to see the ball game there, the tournament. Anyway, excuse me. Our son used to play baseball, and my wife and I both missed those days. We had a lot of good times watching the games, and also kibitzing with the other baseball parents. And yeah, it's funny how a game like that can change. I mean, this is true with a lot of sporting events, but baseball is a little unique in the ways that it can just instantly go direction. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Mac, and thanks for joining us. We'll clear with KI5 RFI 73, and I'm going to go back up. We're going to circle back to KC8 FQV Mark, Northern Mark. Are you out there, Mark? And what do you have for the net? All right, maybe Mark had to step away, or maybe he's having technical difficulties. Anyway, Mark, if you are listening and you're having some issue, if you want to recheck later, feel free. We'll clear with KC8 FQV, and that brings us to the bottom of the log. I'm KE8 BZA with the Beacon Net, and let's go ahead and take some more check-ins. Anybody else out there that would like to get on the log, give me a call. I'm KE8 BZA, and I'm listening.
5 Echo Romeo Whiskey, Susan.
All right, last station, I didn't get all of your call sign. If you could please repeat.
Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Whiskey, Susan in Oklahoma.
I'm sorry, Susan. The beginning of your transmission was cut off. If you could press the PTT and wait about a second, and then give me your call sign again, please.
W8WKY.
Kilo Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Whiskey.
Very good, Susan. I got you that time. Kilo Juliet 5 Echo Romeo Whiskey. Very good. Any other check-ins for the Beacon Net? Please call now.
Checking in Kilo Alpha, Golf Sierra Sierra, Shane in Lake City, Texas.
This is KE8BZA here. Last station, if you could please repeat your call sign. Your audio was pretty low. I didn't get all of it.
Kilo Alpha 5, Golf Sierra Sierra, KA5 GSS, Shane in Lake City, Texas.
All right, very good. I got you that time, Shane. You had checked in earlier. We gave you a shout, but no worries. We'll circle back to you in just a second, or in a couple minutes. Anyway, any other stations that would like to get on the log, please give me a call. All right, hearing nothing. Let's go up to Shane, KA5GSS. How are you, Shane? And what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, I heard you call me a while ago. I had my radio program with an offset for transmit incorrectly, and I was just talking, and when I finally unkeyed the mic, I seen y'all had done moved on and heard another conversation.
That's my bad. Man, it was a busy day today. Spent the better part of the day trying to get a ZS6BKW up into some live oak trees, and let me tell you what, the wind was killing me today. I got about halfway done and finally just said I'll do it another day when it ain't so windy. And then I spent the afternoon having dinner with my grandkids and my daughter, and just hanging out with them the rest of the afternoon. As for the questions, I got no idea. I'm gonna go with Alpha and Bravo just to guess. Thanks for running the net, and we'll talk to y'all again. KA5GSS, back to net control. 7-3, everybody.
All right, very good, Shane. I'm glad you got your radio settings sorted out there. Your transmission sounds very good. And got you down for Alpha and Bravo for the trivia. And yeah, I know, sometimes working outside in the wind, depending on what you're doing, it's just too much. It just, sometimes you have to redo things and work hard. Yeah, I get it. Anyway, good to hear you, Shane. We'll clear with KA5GSS 73. And then let's go down to Susan, KJ5ERW. How are you tonight, Susan? Did you hear our trivia questions, and what do you have for the net tonight?
I came on a little too late for my local program, so I thought I'd just check in. I'm going to go with Delta and Alpha.
All right, Susan, very good. Got you down for Delta and Alpha. No worries joining the net late. Did you have any other comments for the net tonight?
Hamfest in Claremore. I only live about 5 miles away, and I don't have a good excuse for missing it, but maybe I'll make it next time. KJ5ERW, clear.
All right, Susan, very good. That's what the Cleveland Browns always say up here. There's always next year. Anyway, I have confidence that you will be more successful than the Cleveland Browns. I have many years of data to be able to say that. But we had a Hamfest up here this weekend. It was a very good one. I was able to go for a little bit and got to see some stuff and talk to some people. It was very good. But anyway, thanks for joining us, Susan. And 7-3 will clear with KJ5ERW. Let's go ahead and talk to our net control team. Let's go up to KD8EPC. How you doing, Dustin? And what do you have for the net and the trivia?
All right, before Eric, I'm outside.
All right, Dustin, we'll circle back to you. Let's go down to Just Nick, KD8SLG. How you doing, Just Nick? Congrats on the new radio. I'm sorry I wasn't there to witness the happy occasion, but I got to see the other one. Anyway, how you doing? What do you have for the net tonight, and what do you have for trivia?
KE8VVA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric again, all the Beacon Netizens. Let's start with trivia. I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. Not to be confused with Bravo and Bravo. You got it? Bravo and Bravo. There you go. Like I said, man, really, it's one of those weeks where seems like I put a whole bunch of time into radio, but I didn't play any radio, if you know what I mean. 2 club meetings, a Hamfest, XCOM meeting this afternoon. That was a couple hours. We got some stuff done. That was a good time. It's going to be a completely different field day this year, giving you all a heads up. I'm going to remind everybody that we do have a field day contest going on until the end of the month, so if you feel like getting creative and winning a free t-shirt and getting your design out there, have at it. Jason's going to have something up on the website so they can be entered in the near future. POTA event at the end of the year. Once again, I'm going to or end of the month, April 25th. Josh can talk about that. That's all I got, man. I'm tired tonight. I hope Nick is sleeping well. Nick at night. Thanks for your patience there at the beginning, Eric. And you have a good one, man. We'll catch up with you later on. KEAVZA, K88SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick. Well, hey, we're looking forward to the activities with the Sarah Club. And I may have missed your winning the new radio, but I did have the pleasure of an eyeball QSO with you and others, and that was the main reason I came to the Hamfest. The vendors probably don't want to hear that, but I think they know it. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Just Nick. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo, and I'm pretty sure I got it right. It was Bravo and Bravo, not Bravo and Bravo. So that's what we're going with. And 7-3, Nick, good to hear you. We're clear with KESLG. And let's go down to Josh, W8HRF. How you doing, Josh? And what do you have for the net?
K8VZA, W8HRF. Hey, Eric. Hey, everybody on the net. Oh, goodness, what do we got? Sorry we missed Mickey Mouse roll call. Lucy and I were driving back from my mom's house. We were helping clean some stuff out, and boy, we kept the kids out late. That was unfortunate. But before I forget, for trivia, main trivia, I'm going to go with the 1.25 meter band. I believe that was Bravo. And for Allen's, I'm going to go with we'll say no picnicking within 200 yards of the building with Bravo. So double Bravos, not to be confused with B&B, but B&B. There you go. What else? Like Nick said, POTA on Saturday the 25th. That's at 5:30 out at Wingfoot Lake State Park at the Buckeye Pavilion. First pavilion on your right when you drive in. Bring a radio, set it up, and test out your gear. There you go. Should be good. It's just going to be real simple. Everybody bring their own radio and no food or anything, but we'll just come out and hang out and have a good time. After that, I think we talked about the Handy Finder build coming up on May 2nd. And we have, I think it's 33 sleeps until Hamvention, and we have 76 sleeps until Field Day. And like Nick said, it is going to be a very different field day. So get ready for that. We'll have more coming on that here in the next couple of weeks. So we're continuing our preparations for that. So it should be good. That's all I got. I'm gonna sit down here, read my book a little bit, and go to bed. So nice to hear everybody tonight. Back to you, Eric. Hope you're doing well. Nice to hear you running the net. KEAVZA, W8HRF 730.
All right, very good, Josh. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo, and I've really had to pay attention tonight to make sure I got people down for the Bravo and Bravo and not Bravo and Bravo. So, yeah, I'm on the ball. Anyway, thanks for all you do with the Operations Committee, and there are a lot of fun activities on tap with the Sarah Club in the very near future, and very interested to hear what is going to be new and different with Field Day coming up. And I'm sure we'll hear that. We'll hear all of that as time progresses. But thanks again. And 7-3, good to hear you. We're clear with W8HRF. Let's go down to Lucy, KE8YUK. How you doing, Lucy? And what do you have for the net?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. Before I forget, I'll do trivia. I'll do Alpha and Alpha. Not to be confused with Bravo and Bravo. It's very different, guys. I don't know. I'm too tired to be silly. But what's new? Man alive. Yeah, very full day. Good day. Full day. Got to reminisce with Josh about old toys and memories about how we got said toys and memories of walking through Toys R Us and how we had different perspectives on, as kids especially, and why we didn't get toys we wanted or why we wouldn't get toys we wanted, which was interesting. And we have decided that our children should get no more toys ever again their whole lives. We're done. We're good. We capped. We have peaked. Too many toys. No more toys. It's enough. Someone inform Hasbro. We're done. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I gave trivia. Happy Sunday, everybody. KE8YEK back to KE8VZA. 73s and God bless.
All right, Lucy, very good. That must have been an interesting conversation about the toys. And got you down for Alpha and Alpha, which I did not confuse with Bravo and Bravo. So, again, I was paying attention. Anyway, you know, we used to love when the Sears catalog came out. There was always a lot of good stuff in there. I never did get that go-kart that was in there. I ended up building my own with the help of one of the kids that lived next door. And we had fun anyway. It was probably more fun actually building it ourselves. But, you know, it's funny, when we were growing up, we may not have always got what we wanted, but we got stuff that we liked. It's funny how that worked out. And anyway, good to hear you, Lucy. And 7-3, we'll clear with KE8YUK. And Justin, KD8SLG has petitioned for a recheck. So let's touch base with him again. How you doing, Justin?
KE8. Oh, Dustin keyed up there for a second. KE8VZA is KD8SLG. Thanks for letting me get back in there, Eric. I just want to remind everybody there is a Sarah Club meeting this week, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, same bat time, same bat place, the Aries Lodge there in Rittman, or wherever it's supposed to be, up the street from Rittman, Wadsworth. Casa Nuestra, 5 o'clock for some Mexican food, Ohio burrito, if anybody's interested. And I'll be running the show this week, so we'll see how that goes. The presentation looks really cool about solar lithium batteries. So hope to see a bunch of you there. Come on out. You don't have to be a member. All are welcome. KD8SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Eric.
Well, thanks for that, Just Nick. I'm looking forward to the meeting. That presentation sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to that as well. As for the burrito, that's always a game time decision, depending how the big W goes for the day, you know. Anyway, I don't want to think about that right now. Anyway, good to hear you, Just Nick. And thanks for the recheck. We'll clear with KE8SLG 73. We talked with Lucy, and next up is Alan, KI5EAY. How you doing, Alan? How's Larry been these days? I hear he was a hit at the Hamfest. And what do you have for the net?
KI5DAY. Yeah, he got a little out of control at the Hamfest, though. He went over there where they were testing the radios, and he got a couple of little feathers inside one of those radios that they were testing. Man, there was sparks going everywhere, and it caused all kinds of calamities. He went clucking out of there and gabocking, and bagocking and all that stuff, and running for his life. And I finally caught up to him out in the parking lot before he got run over by the carts hauling everybody in now, the Hamfest. Oh, man, you never know with Larry. I caught him the other day, by the way. He was over there in the corner wood-whittling his own Cornwall little Buddha. That's a whole different story. All is good, man. I had a great Hamfest. It was a lot of fun, except Ray and I tried to run the net from inside the Hamfest. It's a metal building, and we were getting very poor reception, needless to say, on the radios. We had handhelds. Let me let this drop. Funny thing is, like 50 yards from the front door, if we'd have just went outside and sat on the picnic bench out there, we could have done the net just perfect. I mean, you know, because the tower's like less than a mile away from there. But in that middle building, it was so atrocious, and it was loud, and I was logging for him, and he was calling the net. But yeah, we couldn't get good reception. But we had already got everything set up. About 10 minutes into it, we both looked at each other and said, "Why didn't we go outside?" But anyways, yeah. With that, I'll kick it back to you. Oh my goodness, the blue screen! I tell you, it's like a whole different net. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right there, Alan. Very good. Glad you had a good time at the Ham Fest, and glad Larry did too. Sorry about Larry getting his feathers where they shouldn't be. Wow. Anyway, did you have an answer for the main trivia?
Yes, but I don't have to tell you if I don't want to. Am I right? But anyways, I think I will. I think for the main trivia, the one that strikes my fancy, I'm going to say is 1.25 meters, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'll get one right this week. But that sounds like a wiener for me. So as far as mine, I guess I'll go ahead and refrain from answering, even though I know the answer and I want to answer it. I won't do it yet. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right, Alan, very good. Got you down for Bravo for the main trivia. Very good. All right, we'll clear with KI5DAY for now, and let's circle back and go back up to Dustin, KD8EPC. How you doing, Dustin? All I heard on your last transmission was outside, so with some static, so I decided to move on and circle back. So here we are, back with you. What do you have for the net tonight?
All right, let's try this time, Eric. I'm on high power on the HT. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Dustin, very good signal, good audio as well.
All right, very good there. Well, K8VZA and the Beacon Net, this is KD8EPC. Let's see, before I forget, let me go with the trivias. I'm going to go Bravo and Bravo, not to be confused with Bravo and Bravo. Let's see what else is going on. It's hot in my house, but the wind is blowing out here. It's nice and breezy. I'm sitting in a rocking chair in the backyard by the fire pit. The fire's not on, but I don't got it going because it's windy, but it's just nice to be out here and catching some fresh air there. That's all I've got for you, Eric. 73. Have a great evening. Talk to y'all Wednesday night. KD8EPC, back to net control.
All right, Dustin, very good. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo, and I've really had to stay on my toes tonight to not confuse those Bravo and Bravos with Bravo and Bravo, but we got it. And I think you said you upped your power on your HT there. It did the trick. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, and thanks for the fine job on the pre-show. We'll clear with KD8EPC, and let's see. Did we miss anybody? No, we did not. Let's go back down and we'll see if we've got a couple more check-ins before we read the trivia. Anybody else who would like to get on the log tonight before we read the trivia answers, please give me a call.
Alpha Echo Lima from the UK.
KE8VZA returning with the Beacon Net. The last two stations, I did not hear your call signs. So first station, if you could please come back and read me your call sign phonetically, please.
Kilowatt Germany 7, Italy Radio Japan, all in Maxwell. In and out.
Alpha Echo Lima from the UK.
KE8VZA returning first station KJ7IRJ. I got you. Thank you for repeating that. Got you in and out. And next station, all I heard was Alpha, and your audio was kind of broken up.
Mike 7, Alpha Echo Lima from the UK.
All right, I believe I heard at that time Mike 7, Alpha Echo Lima. Did I get that correct?
Mike 7, Alpha Echo Lima, back to you.
All right, Mike 7, Alpha Echo Lima from the UK. Thanks for joining us tonight. And did you hear our trivia questions? We can reread them for you.
That's a negative. I've only just joined the note there, so I haven't heard any of the questions. I've turned my power up a little bit. Got to be a little bit careful where I live with the running too much power. It's just gone up a little bit. I'm hoping you can read me a little bit better now. Back to you.
Yes, that increase in power did make an improvement on your audio there and your signal, so appreciate that. Did you have anything else for the net tonight?
Well, not really. All I wanted was just to say, I believe that I'm running from Gateway, which is a couple of towns away from me. And I'll just let your radio up to get into the gateway. And I was just wondering how I was coming back to you, round to you.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight all the way from the other side of the big pond. And 7-3, we'll clear with Mike 7, Alpha Echo Lima. And that brings us to the end of the check-ins. Let's go ahead and read the trivia answers. I'm going to take a break for time, and I'll read the main trivia answer. KE8VZA returning with the Beacon Net with the main trivia answer. So the question was, what frequencies in the VHF range were reallocated from ham radio and now can only be used for limited digital purposes by ham radio operators? The choices are Alpha, the 2-meter band, Bravo, the lower part of the 1.25-meter band, Charlie, the upper part of the 10-meter band, or Delta, 148 to 152 megahertz. So the correct answer, many of you got this, is Bravo, the lower part of the 1.25-meter band. Let me take a break for time, and I'll read you the details. KE8VZA returning. In the United States and Canada, the 1.25-meter band, also known as the 220 megahertz band, or just 220, is available to amateurs on a primary basis for frequencies from 222 to 225 megahertz, with the addition of 219 to 220 megahertz on a limited secondary basis. So in the late 1980s, the United Parcel Service, UPS, began lobbying the FCC to reallocate part of this band to land mobile service. UPS had publicized plans to use the band to develop a narrow bandwidth wireless voice and data network. UPS's main argument for the reallocation was that amateur use of the band was very sparse and that the public interest would be better served by reallocating part of the band to them. Anyway, in 1988, over objections from the amateur radio community, the FCC went ahead and adopted the 220 megahertz allocation order, reallocating those lower frequencies, 220 to just under 222 megahertz to private and federal land mobile use, and leaving 222 to 225 exclusively for amateur use. And however, this process took so long that UPS went a different direction, and they never did use what the FCC provided for them. But it was later used in the early 2000s, in the 90s and the early 2000s for pagers, but those went by the wayside. So now we have our 1.25 aka 220 band as we know it today. So get out there and use it. Use it or lose it. That's what Pop says up on the North Coast there, K8H. KVZA. I'm going to take a break. All right, KE8VZA returning, so main trivia, Bravo was the correct answer. And next, let's go down to KI5DAY. Alan, please read us the answer to the alt trivia.
Alrighty then, KI5DAY in the net. Well, for those who've already had the added luxury of looking up the answers and you know who you are, you already know what the answer is. But for the rest of you that did not look up the answers for tonight's alternate trivia, here we go. Because some people in Singapore are such slobs, the government enacted a law to ban which one of these practices? Your options were A, no importing or selling chewing gum, B, no picnics within 200 yards of buildings, C, eating fast food in public, or D, wood whittling corn Waldo Buddhas. The actual answer was, in fact, no importing or selling chewing gum. Apparently, Singapore has some pretty strict regulations on a lot of stuff, but this law was put in place to prevent gum damaging public property like train doors and elevators especially. For some reason, people have a bad habit of putting it in train doors and elevators, and they said enough's enough, and they stopped it. So that was the answer. For all those who didn't look it up and got it right, congratulations. For those that did look it up and got it right, still a loser. Hi. KI5DAY, back to net.
W8WKY.
All right, very good, Alan. So the answer is Alpha, the chewing gum answer. Yeah, that one makes sense. Wasn't the one I picked, unfortunately, but I get it. Yeah, you know, you look around and you can find gum stuck in some strange places. Anyway, thanks, Alan. And let's go down. I think KC8FQV trying to get back in here. Sorry, Mark, I didn't see you before the reading of the answers. But if you'd like to have some comments for the net, go right ahead, KC8FQV.
Yeah, the evidence is in the YouTube feed. You know, you guys in the comment round, in the net controls were talking about taking a rest or sleeping or falling asleep. Yeah, Nick said something about falling asleep or whatever. And I went back to see what you said, and you called me twice, and you said, oh, I'll have to call him again. So, KCFQV, my answers is B and A. B and A. Back to net control.
All right, Mark, very good. I don't know what happened there, but I did call for you the first time through, and then I circled back and I called for you again, and something wasn't working there. But I barely have time to catch what's in the blue screen, and I definitely don't have time to go back and rewind YouTube while I'm running the net here. Anyway, but thanks for joining us tonight, Mark. And 7-3 got you down for Delta and Alpha. All right. So are there any other stations? We'll throw out a last call. Any other stations that would like to get on the log for the BeaconNet before we close out the log? Give me a call. I'm KE8VZA.
Alpha India 5 Quebec AI 5Q.
All right, I'll pick it up there. KE8VZA returning. All right, we picked up Jairus AI5Q, and there was another station trying to get in, and you weren't holding the repeater open consistently, and your audio was extremely low. I could hear a murmur of a voice. If you could speak up or increase your mic gain or power or something, give it another shot. KE8VZA.
KF8GGM, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Mike. This is Matt from Lorraine.
Very good, Matt. Got you that time. KF8 Golf Mike. Matt from Lorraine. Okay, anyone else? Please give me a call. All right, very good. Let's go up to Jairus, AI5Q. How are you doing tonight, Jairus? For the net.
Hey, Eric. Sorry. I probably got my mic gain set a little bit high for digital. I don't need to be yelling. Sorry about that. Let's see. It's amazing. You call somebody and they're paying attention to the net, and they come back to you right away. They don't wait for 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 12 or 37 freaking callbacks because they're too busy doing other stuff to pay attention to the net that they checked into. Just wanted to say that, and my answers are whatever the right answers are. AI5Q, back to you.
All right, Jairus. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight, and appreciate the comments. It's always good to hear you, and got you down for Bravo and Alpha for the trivia. Nice job. Anyway, good. Jairus, 7-3, we'll clear with AI5Q. Let's go down to Matt in Lorraine. My wife is from Lorraine. KF8GGM, that's Golf Mike. How you doing, Mike? Or, excuse me, how are you doing, Matt? And what do you have for the net tonight?
Hi, Eric. This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, GGM. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just got my call time on Wednesday and trying to figure out this EchoLink thing. But yeah, man, real excited to be here and looking forward to talking with all you guys in the future. Just sitting here listening to my dog snore and turn it back to you. KE8VZA.
All right, very good, Matt. Well, hey, congrats on getting your license, and thanks for joining the BeaconNet here. There are a lot of nets in the area hosted by different clubs that you can partake in, and check out w8wky.org for the Sarah Club info, and NORS, NOARS.net for the NORS Club info. I belong to both of those clubs, both good clubs, and both have different nets during the week, and you can find out more info there as well as activities. And I know the Sarah Club has some pretty nice activities coming up with a POTA at the end of the month on the 25th, an evening POTA. And we got some changes to Field Day, how we're doing Field Day coming up. And those details will be unfolding before our eyes in the near future. But anyway, congrats again, Matt, and thanks for joining us. We'll clear with KF8GGM. And anyone else before we close out the net? Last chance, give me a call.
Recheck, I just say, recheck.
KC8FQV, I think that was you. I didn't hear a call sign, but KC8FQV, recheck, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I just don't want to hear about way some people are net controllers or the whatever team talk about, oh, they nap or whatever. That's all. Don't talk about naps. If you're talking about me, I'm getting sick of it. But time will tell. The bank account tells. So watch the bank account. KCFQV, back it comes.
Hey, Mark. I may be a little more confused than I already was, but anyway, thanks for your recheck. We'll clear with KC8FQV, and that brings us to the end of the net. This has been the Beacon Net on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And the W8, I did say that, 147 Mark 390, and here every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m., pre-checks at 9:30 p.m. Those are all Eastern times. And we also have a club net Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. That one's always a hoot. There's a trivia question, usually a very good trivia question. Depending on the net controller, the format of the question can be a little different. And that's always interesting to hear how that unfolds. But anyway, thanks to everybody who joined us tonight. And very good net. And thanks again. So this is KE8VZA. I'm going to close out the Beacon Net and return this repeater to normal and open amateur use. 7-3, everyone. KE8VZA, and I'm clear.